Hello, my name is Sully from Cully Sully Foods. We started Cully Sully in September 2004. My mum, Eleanor, has a food business in Cork called the Granary Food Store. So that was part of where the idea came from. And then my business partner, who's Cully, he's Colin Allen. He is a grandson of Myrtle Allen from Ballymaloo House, so he's one of the Allens from there. So both of us kind of had a lot of food background, and Colin had written a book about local producers of good food in Cork previous to us starting the business. We've been childhood friends, and we believe there's an opportunity in the market for making really good pies and good soups and good stews and good desserts and lots of other products which we hope to bring out eventually.
Why did you set it up? Why did you make that decision to make good food rather than just doing the same old thing?
Well, I suppose in making good food, both our backgrounds, and we both grown up with good food, and we both always ate good food, and we're two of our best own customers, and we eat a lot of our own food ourselves. But neither of us would have any interest in eating crap food or using crap ingredients or using, bad stocks or using bad vegetables or bad meat. So that was always going to be the case. If we were going to go into food and we had lots of different food ideas, Colin and I shared a house when we were in college and we spoke about different business ideas. And I think when you're setting up a business, you have to be true to yourself. If you love good food, then do good food. Don't try and do bad food because you don't understand it. If you eat bad food and you're quite happy with bad food, then do bad food. And you probably do quite well at that. But you got to be true to yourself. It's one of the things I've learned in terms of when you have a branded business or whatever, is that the business is all about you. It reflects you as a personality, whether you know it or not, until it gets very big, I suppose. But then it reflects that bigness. But when it's small, if we're selling good food, we need to be able to speak knowledgeably about good food. You must be passionate about your food as well. I think that some people are looking for cheap food quickly, but I think there's a huge majority of people, particularly in Ireland. I mean, Ireland is an agricultural nation. Pretty much all of us, our grandparents or our parents or our uncles or aunts, have got some connection with the land and our farmers. So I think it's a very large number of people in Ireland who want to eat good food, but because of the time constraints, because they might have to be commuting, because they've got mortgages, they've got kids, both people are working or whatever, they may not get time to cook good food. Or what they might do, what we see more happening is that a person might eat in 2 nights a week, they might cook, they might eat out twice a week, they might get a takeaway once a week, they might skip dinner once a week, and once a week they might want to have a Cully Sully shepherd's pie or whatever it is, or a Tesco Finest, or a Butler's Pantry, or a Super Value, or whatever type of a meal. And I suppose really what we're doing is we're trying to give the healthy option, but yes, there are companies who will give not so healthy options. And when I see people doing that, I think you have to be understanding of it. I think some people weren't brought up with an interest in food, so food is fuel for those people more so than pleasure, and you just have to kind of understand that. And then for other people are on a huge budget. I mean, there's lots of people out there who really are find it difficult to make ends meet, and they could be feeding a family, so they might need to buy a lot of cheaper food. The problem with that is that by eating a lot of that food, the cheaper stuff, is that it tends to give health problems. So what you're saving in money in food purchases, you're spending on medicines and doctors, maybe not immediately, but certainly down the road. I think that if somebody wants to eat healthy and they haven't got the money or the knowledge, I think what they need to do is they need to cook themselves. And cooking, it's for some reason it's become a daunting task for a lot of people, but it's really, really not. There's so many simple things that you can do, and following a cookbook really is very straightforward. And if they have access to the internet, there are lots of very easy recipes. Even on our website, cullysully.com, we categorise the recipes into easy, medium and difficult, and there are recipes there that are very, very simple to do. But I think whether or not you've got money, if you can afford to spend your money on your ingredients, it's vital. It really, really is vital. The level of obesity that exists in this country, I think we're one of the highest in Europe in levels of obesity. A lot of that's not necessarily, I believe, linked to eating. It's linked to eating too much food, but a lot of it is eating, and not necessarily eating too much dessert. But if you're eating bad rashers, bad sausages, all that kind of stuff, things that are made from which are made from meats that have been processed before, then I think that can lead to problems, and you're more likely to have weight issues and health issues. So lots of fruit and veg and lots of exercise. Cully Sully's message to people is enjoy your food and enjoy good food. And that's, I think, what we do. We don't have any one particular message, but enjoying your food is the most important thing, and we certainly enjoy our food. And food is a fascinating subject. I mean, it comes from all different parts of the world, and even in Ireland. I mean, we did a thing there recently where we got all the different black puddings that are made all around Ireland, and we tasted them all and we compared them all. It was a really, really fascinating thing because nobody makes black pudding anymore. And next thing we want to do now is make a black pudding and see how it works out. But there's lots and lots of fascinating things, and I think also with all the people who've come to Ireland from all the different countries over the last couple of years, there's this great food culture happening in Ireland, and you got to go to the top of Parnell Street, and see all the Asian places up there, and there's some wonderful things that are happening in food around the country.